Hello everyone, hope you are doing all well today. We are going to look at the US dollar. Why did the USD lose value this week? So we are going to look at the fundamental and the technical perspective as well. So I'll go to break it down one by one, all the details. Before we begin, you should know that this is not a financial advice at all, so you should do your own work. And let's begin in 2 minutes. So as you can see, during this week, we saw the USD dollar to move down. It was a very intense week overall. We are having in development the US elections on one side. On the other hand, we had during the previous week FOMC and non-farm payroll data. So we had FOMC that's showing to be more hawkish than normal. So they are going to increase the interest rates with further steps if that is necessary. On the other hand, Powell said that they are going also to increase the interest rate projection. But as we can see now, we are having a weaker dollar, and this is on the opposite side with what Powell was saying during the previous time. So what we can expect during the coming weeks, let's say, and why all of this happened. So the first one were the elections that were related directly to this part. The first one where are the Republicans and the Democrats on the other side. If the Republicans are going to win these elections, the House and the Senate as well, probably we are going to see the USD dollar to be weaker and the stock market to rise. The reason is simple, as we have discussed also during the previous time, that they are going to create instability for the fiscal policy because the actual government is not doing very good during this period of time. But also, if we are going to look at the Democrats, as long as we are looking at the USD dollar to make up and downs, I don't see any reason why USD should be strong at all. So the maximum that we may have, we may see any deep correction or normal correction from the USD side. And after that, the price may rise again. So let's go and let's look at the next part right now that is very important. We are going to move on from the politics side and we are going to look at the fundamental side from the CPI data. So when the websites posted about the CPI data that they came out at 7.7%, it was in red, we saw that the market just jumped all against the USD dollar. So overall, that was not, let's say, bad at all for the US economy. This is a good news overall, and it's very news because that is why Fed is working so hard on their side, at least. So this is the reason that USD dollar, this inflation is at this point. But we saw USD to be weaker. The reason is because as long as the USD is weaker at this moment, the inflation is getting weaker at this moment, the market is anticipating during the December FOMC, they are not going to increase the interest rates with bigger steps as they said. So probably they are going to take it easy, and probably on the other hand they are not going to support to increase the interest rate projection. So they will slow down and they are going to have a normal situation on the interest rate increase. On the other hand, this slowdown will help the economy. So it's a must that we should see in this moment the stocks to rise because we have the interest rates at 4%. However, it is not bad compared to if the interest rate is going to be 6%, let's say. So this is the reason that the market is just moving against the USD dollar. Also, during the previous time, we saw very clearly that many old trends, weekly trends, are already broken in the USD dollar. Finally, DXY confirmed the breakout, so probably we are at the beginning of a new trend or a deeper correction. So let's see what is going to happen also on that part as well. If you will have any questions, just let me know on the comment chat of YouTube. Thank you very much for your support. I really appreciate it. So let me know for everything you have. I'll try to do my best. And let's look at also the chart right now. Just one moment, because I want to look at also the economic calendar, what we are going to have for the coming week. I didn't see anything big overall, but also it is not small. So let's go on. I'm going to move on the red flags. The first one that it is going to be on Monday is the GDP data. These are preliminary figures. We can see that during the previous month it was 0.9%. It came out, it is expected 0.3%. However, all the economies are not doing good at all, so we can expect these numbers at this moment. In my opinion, it's more than normal. And we don't have to speculate during these moments, in my opinion. So it is better if you stay just on the side, because we can never know if market is going to be bullish or bearish. The next one that we are going to look at is on Wednesday. We have the Bank of Australia meeting minutes. During the interest rate decision 2 weeks ago, they said that they have to slow down with the interest rates until they will see the new impact in the market from the necessary steps that they already did. So I'm not expecting anything big at all from their side. However, USD is looking also very strong across the board. We are going to look at also that part. Also, after the Bank of Australia meeting, we are going to have the retail sales from China. This is going to impact too much the Australian dollar and the New Zealand dollar, so we have to be careful with the indicators from China. They have close relationships with trading and many things, so that is why it is impacted a lot. Also, on Tuesday, we have the employment data from the UK. I'm not expecting anything big at all here. However, we have to be careful because pound is taking a lot of bullish momentum, so it is pushing these days. On Tuesday, we have again the GDP data from the Eurozone. Also here it is expected 0.2 and 2.1 as it was the previous month, so no changes are expected here. However, what I think in my opinion is that probably we may see also a slowdown in the GDP numbers because Eurozone is having big problems here. It is not developing as everyone may think. So this is another issue, so just careful with Euro. We have GDP, we have consumer price index on Wednesday for the UK. It will be interesting as long as we are looking at that the US already slowed down with inflation numbers. This is expected to be 10.6. And this is going to be very interesting, and it will create a big volatility in the market as well. So just be careful also from this part on Wednesday. Probably just stay out until the news comes out, and after that you can look at how the market will develop. At least you will have a clear picture and you'll trade after the news event. So this is very, very important in my opinion. You should not trade during the news events at all, because these are very sensitive during this period of time. On Wednesday, we have also retail sales from the US. It should be interesting. These are very important indicators, so they will move the market. They are very big market movers most of the time. consumer price index from the Canada front as well. I think that this is going to be very interesting this time, considering that the US economy already is slowing down with the inflation numbers. If Canada is not going to slow down as well, probably we may see USD to move stronger against the Canadian dollar. So this is what we need to be careful. And we are also going to look at USD and CAD on the chart today and the possible price developments. So let's see. We have the crude oil reserves. This is not impact. President Lagarde on Wednesday, we can never know what she is going to speak. Employment change during the Thursday morning for European morning, unemployment rate from the Australia. It is better to be careful, but I'm not expecting to be a market mover overall, considering the actual situation. So probably it may be also a flat move. Also, the last one is the President Lagarde speech during European morning on Friday, but we can never know what she'll discuss in this speech. So just let's stay out during the day. Also, most of the time, Friday has a very low trading volume. So let's go back on the charts right now. The first one that we are going to look at, just I want to close these numbers now. The first one that we are going to look at is DXY. I have shared DXY also during this week, and as you may see, the price developed in a very good way as expected overall. It moved on the bearish side, sorry, because as I wrote also before during on the comment section of this analysis, neither Democrats or Republicans are going to increase the USD dollar. So the overall, I was focused on the bearish move. The correction is another topic, so it's all moving as expected. So let's see right now where we are on our chart. Let's remove this because it is not important anymore. I don't think that the price will invalidate this pattern anymore. On the daily chart, we can see this pattern that I shared also during the previous time. It was holding very strong. It was only for the XY because we had the daily broken trend on the other USD pairs. And this time, what we can observe here, we can see that we have a major trend line that was broken. So also on the weekly part, if we are going to look at on the weekly, it makes sense. So we have a weekly trend line that was invalidated, and look at how beautiful is this candle. So this is showing that the USD dollar is moving down, and it looks very aggressive according to this weekly candle. This was the first week that the USD dollar closed in this way. So let's go on the daily chart right now. And we will see that price during the last 2 days is just moving down. Very big bearish candles. Look at these engulfing candles here, how strong they are. Both of these candles, they are very strong. Maximum expectation for the time being that I'm expecting is that probably the price may come close to the previous broken support, that now this is turned down in a resistance. However, we have to be careful. I don't think that the price will find the power to move to do this deep move. This is very deep in my opinion, but we have to see what will happen, because we can see DXY to correct a little bit before this deep move. It was very big. We haven't seen these bearish deep moves before. It was 4.3% in 2 days, and only on Friday it was approximately 2%. So it was very big. We may see a pause in this trend right now. Probably it can do any sideways development before the next move. So for the moment, I just want to see the price to slow down. It is not slowing down for the moment. It can do something like this. It might be a little small, but this is the pattern that we could see. Or we can see a bigger one like this here. So it can be the same scenario before the price will begin the next move. For the moment, I don't see the price to crash so fast during these days. I want to apologize if anyone is writing on the TradingView chat, but I don't know why it doesn't load the messages. So please write it on the YouTube channel chat and I can check it immediately. The next one that we are going to look at on the lower time frame, as you can see, as long as we had the daily candles, I don't see anything at all at this part. So look at how the price came very aggressively here. We don't have anything at all. That is why the daily fits better this time, because as long as we had already a very old and big structure that was broken, I think that we need to see this type of formation. We need a big correction before the price moves down again. It should take some days or probably during the coming week, I guess. The next one will be Euro USD. This is in line with the analysis that I shared during the previous live stream that I actually updated. Just 1 minute, and here we are here on November 7, as you can see. Price was close to this part where we are right now. It was close to this point. Here it was our zone where we were looking at this structure on the 4-hour. And we can see that after the price made the small correction, it reached the first target, the second target, and it is just moving up at this moment. So everything was bullish overall. It was never bearish. One of the scenarios that I was actually expecting was also this scenario here, and the second one was the aggressive one. As you can see, the market is not resisting to the temptation when it comes to the CPI data, so they are looking stronger than politics, as we can see. Considering that now we are officially in a breakout from this daily or weekly channel that everyone was looking at, this is part here. But if we are going to look at from the top, this trend is coming down from this part here. So it is dating back in January 21, at the beginning of the previous year. So look at January 21. We are here 2 years ago. So the price spent 2 years to come down to this structure. So this is a very, very old trend, as we can see. That is why we are at the beginning and we need to be careful. What may happen during this week right now is this part. I'm going to delete it. And you can see that the place where the price is right now is a very strong area. This is the first one, close to, let's say, 1.035. But on the other hand, if we are going to make it bigger, we have a bigger structure as well. So let's be careful, because the price may show some reaction close to this area. I don't think that the USD is going to pump and to correct everything in 1 or 2 weeks probably. I would like to see the correction first. What is the most important part is that you don't have to sell USD at this moment. It's very risky, in my personal opinion. You just have to wait for the price to correct. This area is the first one where we can see the initial reaction. Despite the fact that we have this big bullish candle, the price should react close to this zone. So it may come also lower before it moves higher, or probably we may see the price to bounce above the zone and it may rise again from this point. So this is my focus during this moment. If I'm going to move it on the 4-hour time frame, the perfect scenario that I would like to look at on EURUSD right now is that probably if we are going to look at any price reaction from the elections, I would like to see the price to come close to the structure, and after that I would like to consider any buy opportunity for the big move on the other side. However, you don't have to sell to anticipate the bearish move. You just have to focus how the price will come down before it moves higher. So just wait and be patient in all the trades. So you don't have to jump in every trade because I'm expecting to move down or probably someone else. So you just have to follow the trading scenarios, how they are developed. This is what I'm expecting on Euro USD as well. Just one moment. Yes, I'm looking at the comments. Algo coin, please. I'll look at the altcoins probably today, later today, or probably tomorrow on another live stream, because we have too many things for today and I don't want to mess up cryptos with the Forex market. I will do an exclusive live stream again. So it will be dedicated to cryptos today or tomorrow, but I guess it will be today. So just try to be on the live stream again. I will share on the group as well. So I hope you're understanding. Thank you. This is for Euro USD. Let's go on the next one. The next one that I'm looking at is USD Canadian dollar. This analysis was shared when the price was close to the neckline here. Let's look at how it performed. It was a very good trading scenario. It was shared on November 11. Here it was the share. And you can see this is the update. Sorry, it was shared earlier. This is what I updated. And it was shared on November 8. This was our trading scenario for Euro USD. And here we have how the price performed at this point. So price made a retest of the neckline after we saw the breakout, and the price moved lower from this point. How low it can move right now, we don't know, so we have to be patient. Let's go on our chart for the moment. I would really like to advise all of you that you should be careful and you should learn how to read the analysis that all the traders or TradingView or other platforms are sharing, because if you don't know how to read the chart and what the analyst is thinking about this chart and how the price will react and when to enter, you are going to be in big troubles all the time. So you should know to read the charts by your own as well. So a normal scenario, let's say, once the price breaks after the neckline, breaks the neckline down in this scenario, we have the head and shoulder pattern. The first thing that the price do most of the time is that the price tends to retest the neckline, and after that we may see the bearish move. However, these scenarios are never 100%, let's say, safe scenarios. That is why we need to use the stop losses that should be higher than the right shoulder. However, they may work very well if you know how to trade the specific pattern as well. So once the price was close to the neckline, I didn't know anything about the CPI data or how they were going to happen. However, as a technical perspective, you just have to sell when you think if this is ready to sell or if this is good. And after that, you can position the stops and you can take the risk for the trade in order to move down. So let's see again. From our point, price already reached the first target. It was approximately 160% from the neckline. So it was not bad at all. From the higher point, it was 220 pips. So let's see how deep it will go. According to what I see for USDCAD right now, I'm going to delete this part. We can see that the pattern is on the top of the structure. And on the other hand, what is very important is that price, or let's say our second price, is close to the first structure support. This is going to be a very strong zone overall, because after the first zone we have this smaller one, we have the next one. So all of these zones are one after the other, is very risky. We have to be careful because this is a dense zone with structure, very dense zone. We have to be careful because the price can do this movement. We may see the price to bounce up, and after that we may see the bearish scenario. So when this may happen, let's say, as you remember on the inflation data, we have the inflation data for Canadian this week, and if they are gonna come higher or lower than expected, we need to see the market speculation. So if the Canadian inflation rate is going to improve, probably we may see the same situation as USD. So probably the market will react against the Canadian dollar, taking in consideration that the Canadian central bank will react by slowing down their rates. After this correction, probably it will be ready for another move. However, the market may anticipate this move in advance and it can come lower later. Probably it will not move close to the neckline again. I don't know if that is gonna happen. However, we may see the price to create any flag for our flag until Thursday, if I'm not wrong. It was Thursday. Just 1 minute. Canadian. It doesn't want to upload as I see. So it was on Thursday, if I'm not wrong. So that is why we need to be careful and we have to wait probably for this scenario before the price moves lower. So this is going to be a very good scenario as well. The next one is going to be GBPUSD, British pound, and the American dollar. I really think that probably we will see the price to rise more from the actual position for these currency pairs. We need to be careful for one thing here, because this is not an easy scenario at all. If you can see during the previous time, this is the previous time when the price broke out from this structure here. This is the structure. Just let me make it bigger. We can see that after the price broke out at this point, we saw this deep pullback. But this deep pullback didn't break lower than the previous low. So we may face the same situation on the daily chart. Price may come close to our area and it can rise at this moment. Or probably we may see any other deep pullback like the previous one, but it will not reach our structure zone and probably it may rise from this area again. However, I think that we may see the price to hold this time, considering that both of these daily candles are very strong. This is the first one. And the second one is that the weekly candle closed very, very bullish. And another important fact here, we must know that price already broke out from the high that it was on September, so it is dating back 2 months ago now, and the price was 1.1740. This is a very strong bullish sign during this moment. That is why I think that probably we may see the small correction and not the big correction, and after that the price may rise again at this moment. On the lower time frame, I don't see anything at all because the volume is still very strong, is very bullish. However, we may see the price to correct during the coming week before it will rise up again. So let's see. Just be patient, don't jump in the trade. If price is going to come close to this support zone that is close to 1.1640, probably this is going to be a very good buy opportunity in this moment. So this is where we can look at to buy. This is our potential buy zone here before the price moves up again. So don't jump in this trade only because the price, the arrow is showing that the price will rise up here. We have gold and US 500 right now. As you can see, for gold, price is already getting very aggressive. As I shared also during the previous time for gold, we can see that, just let me find the chart that I shared during the previous stream as well. Here it was the analysis that I updated during the live stream as well. I was expecting the price to correct, and after that the bullish wave that happened here. So this scenario worked out very well. Both targets were reached. What it was a bit surprising was that the breakout from the first flag was very fast and the second flag here was really ugly. This second flag here. Just let me point out right now. So look at both of these points. Very ugly pattern for gold. It was showing that the price probably was going to do a small correction, but not a big one at all, considering that both of these waves were very, very aggressive. However, it was a moment, let's say, it was very risky overall to trade gold, considering that we had CPI data and also the elections on the other side, and the elections began the week with many up and down, so it was not very good at all. It was a very volatile week. However, we closed very well. It was a perfect week for our group in both weeks. on the premium and the free channel as well. It was a perfect price development, very good profits. What is important right now is that considering that price already is below above this structural resistance that now is support, it may test with very low volume the upper part of the structure. But what we need to be careful right now is this part here that I want to pay close attention, in my opinion. Look at these waves, how big were these waves. Look at the second wave, how big it was. Look at this wave as well. So considering these waves from the daily chart right now, we can anticipate that probably the price should take a pause again. We may see any correction. How deep it will be, I don't know, but we can expect from the previous waves. If we can see, after the price broke down, we see the correction, and after that the price continues lower. So this is a possible scenario as well. I'm going to delete this. And here we are with our new potential scenario. It is not a scenario for sell at all, so just be careful. Price may test our zone. We may see gold to come down, and after that it may rise again. So this will be a very good trading scenario. I think that it could work this time, but you need to be careful because we are going to have also the news impact as well, and it will be very, very volatile again, because they are not definitely close who will win the elections. So just be careful, guys. There is nothing for the moment for gold. We can see also like the previous scenarios here, sorry, like this here, and we can see the same price development also here, and after that the price may come up and it can come down. So careful, because it is not ready at all in any of the time frames right now. And the last one that we are going to look at is US 500. Just 1 minute to read the messages. Okay, so we are going to look at the altcoins and Bitcoin for a bit later, all of them. It is not an easy topic, the crypto market, so I want to focus a little bit before sharing the analysis for crypto coins this today. So just be patient. I would really appreciate it. USD Canadian dollar, it was just shared, so you can replay the video that I'm running right now, the live stream. It was shared. It will be a very good trading opportunity. For GBP New Zealand, I can't share anything at all because I don't have any chart prepared, so I have to look at it in details if I have to do that. So I can't do GBP New Zealand. USD Canadian dollar is already shared during the live stream. Just finish with USD Canadian dollar. Just 1 moment, guys. The last one will be US 500. This is going to be very interesting in my opinion, and also very risky as well. It is related with inflation data that we are actually having right now. The problem is that as long as inflation is moving down, we may see an improvement on the stock market as well. This is a very strong topic. That is why the indexes and all the stock market bounced in a very aggressive way against the USD dollar. So let's hope that they are not going to increase anymore the interest rates, and probably the economy is going to breathe again. On the other hand, we can see that we have very big trends that are already broken also on US 500. So look at both movements are already broken. I'm going to delete this because it is not valid at all right now. What I'm expecting is that we may face the first resistance zone close to the top for US 500. This is the first zone. Price may come close to 4,130, sorry. The next important thing that we have to know here is that after the breakout that it was already created, price was stopped at this point. So this is a very, just one moment. This is a very interesting point. So we may see the price to come down before it will rise again. We have also the structure zone that it was before, that the price broke out. This is only this pause after the breakout is something strange in my opinion. However, let's hope that the price will stay above this structure. Probably during the coming week, this hesitation probably is going to move the price down before it will rise again. So we may see the price to correct close to 3,920 before it will move higher. So this is a very simple scenario, but I am looking in this way only because we are looking the hesitation in the market. So the market is not pushing up very aggressively. That is why I'm looking on US 500 in this way. The next target will be the top one. As you can see, we have a combination of horizontal line and also the structure. So this is going to be a very crucial point for the price to move up, or probably it can do also another deep correction again. So we have to see step by step how the price will develop here. So hope you guys enjoyed the analysis for today. This was all. I will try to do any other update during the week. Probably today evening on European time, I will try to do another live stream related to the cryptocurrency market, what is happening and what we need to be careful. I have selected some very good cryptocurrencies there. So who is interested may join. So I would really appreciate any if you press that like button, and don't forget to subscribe as well. Thank you very much for joining. Bye bye.